Even several days after a fire of this significance, you can have a tiny ember that was hidden under rubble that slowly builds and then begins to create another fire.
Next at 5, that's why Tulsa fire crews are still keeping an eye on the scene at Lowood and Hodges Bend after a 4-alarm fire over the weekend.
Crews believe the fire started in one of the businesses and traveled up through the ceiling into the apartments above, causing the roof to collapse. They say everyone got out and nobody was hurt. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Jonathan Cooper.
And I'm Lori Fulbright. More than 60 firefighters helped fight that fire. Off-duty firefighters were called in to help as they battled severe weather as well.
News on 6's Reagan Ledbetter is live at the scene with more on what it was like for those fighting the fire. Reagan?
Lori and Jonathan, fire crews called this fire frustrating because there were so many hidden spots in this building where the fire was burning, but the firefighters couldn't actually see where the fire was. Now, above the ceiling of the restaurant, there's an open space that runs along the whole building. Then there's a tin roof above that. Then there's another open space. Then the apartment floor. So firefighters couldn't get the water to those hidden spaces.
We had approximately 12 engines, 6 ladders, 3 district chiefs, the entire command staff, including the fire chief.
It was all hands on deck for Tulsa firefighters Saturday night and Sunday morning as the department worked to put out a fire at Lowood and Hodges Bend.
It's been a while since we've responded to a fire where we required so many firefighters, so much manpower.
Firefighters believe the fire started in one of the businesses, then traveled up through the ceiling into the apartments above.
Crews initially responded, and it appeared they had the fire under control because you couldn't see that hidden fire until it built to an extent where it started presenting smoke was showing through the walls or through the floor.
Because it turned into a 4-alarm fire, Chief Michael Baker made the decision to call back all the firefighters who had just got off shift that morning. There was a deck on the roof, so when the roof collapsed, the deck came down too and hid the fire from firefighters.
We got up there with chainsaws and made holes, trying to be able to penetrate that, with water and make sure that was saturated.
Andy Little with Tulsa Fire says at one point they were concerned the building would collapse, so they called in tow trucks to tow cars away. Little says there is a lot to learn from this fire.
At the end of the day, our job is to protect property, to protect lives. We're thankful that the folks living here and working here are all okay. There are no firefighters injured, but certainly, we would have liked to have saved more property than we did.
And Little wants to thank the community for its help as well. He says people were showing up with food and drinks for the fire crews as they worked all through the night. Then the business owners brought more food Sunday morning for all the firefighters. Live in Tulsa, Reagan Ledbetter, Oklahoma's Own, News on 6.